Flash again. How are you? I'm sorry it's been about a week or 10 days since the last YouTube shot. We were busy moving, but I'm back now, so let's get back into it. Let me start with a couple of questions here, then I have a little story I want to tell you. This is from a photographer who has asked me about, he was watching my videos and he wanted to ask about how, other than his emails, how does he get in touch with these people? Does he just show up at the agencies? Does he just email them? My thing is about persistence. And the other thing that I believe that's really important is that you have to believe that what you have as a photographer or as an agent, what you have is so important for the people on the other side to see, because they will benefit from seeing what you have or what you do. For me as an agent, way back when I first started, I always believed that what I had underneath my arm was something that they had, the art directors and the creative directors needed to see. The belief and the passion in what I was doing and who I was representing was so evident, and people could feel it from me. And that's how I was able to get into people, and I wasn't ashamed. I didn't feel like I was selling, because the work sells itself. So to me, it's always about presenting something that I believe can benefit the people that are using the photographers that I represent. For this photographer, he wanted to know how, other than his emails, can he call people up? Yes, of course you can call people up. You can leave a message one time, and then of course, most of the time, I would say almost 100% of the time, you're not going to get a call back. But then keep calling them. Obviously, don't leave messages, and one day you're going to get them on the phone. When you get them on the phone, you got to know what you're going to say quickly. This is who I am. This is what I do. I'd love to see you for 10 minutes. Please let me come and see you and show you my portfolio. You have to be ready for that situation in that moment. You can't just show up to places, but you can go to agencies downstairs from an agency or 2 blocks away and call people, and call as many people as possible. Say, you know, you're in the neighborhood, you're wondering if you have 5 minutes for me. I used to do that years and years ago. I wasn't in the neighborhood, but as soon as they said yes, I got out of my apartment and my office, and I flew up to them as quickly as possible on a bicycle. This was obviously in New York City. But you gotta hustle. I mean, now more than ever. But again, what I always believe is meeting people in person is important. Emails are important, but pressing the flesh, touching people, letting them feel your passion, letting them touch your soul is super important. Another question that this young man had was, do I think that portfolio reviews like the Palm Springs Photo Festival or other portfolio reviews are worthwhile? Absolutely 100% sure. There's networking that goes on there. You can meet some really influential photo directors, art buyers that are reviewing books. And again, you get to meet these people. They like your stuff. You follow up with them afterwards. You get to see them at the agency. You then ask them if they have other people that they think will appreciate and respect my work, and you got to build from that. Again, I can elaborate that on more if you want to get back to me directly. The other question that I had okay, so someone else wrote to me, Michael, I have a question for you. Your YouTube channel I've been curious about is if you ever have time. As someone, this is the photographer, who's still developing his portfolio and doesn't have a decade's worth of work in his archive, is it necessary to diversify the website with printed books when trying to woo an art buyer? I think that you don't diversify your book. You have to have a very, very clear voice visually of what you want to say. If you do portraiture, then those portraits better sing out without you saying anything. If you do landscapes, they better be magic on their own. You can't be showing lifestyle and portraits and landscapes. Maybe you can do that after you establish yourself, but when you're first coming into the business, you need to have a very clear point of where you're going, so the people that see you will also see exactly how they can utilize you and work with you. So I would not diversify anything. I would keep things very on point so people on the other side have an opportunity to see what you're trying to say.